Hi guys, we're back for making the steak part 2. Just like we said we would be. I gotta make my potatoes. Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry, I had to confer with my hubby. So he's not gonna do the steak quite yet because I gotta do my part, which is the potatoes. So, in order for excuse my bad habit, please, children that may be watching, don't ever start because you can't quit. Well, you can. It's just really hard. I should not have been doing it for way too long. I should quit. I'm trying to.
You want to do these small potatoes or the huge ones?
Those ones will do.
Yeah.
So, what I'm doing with the potatoes is something just a little bit different than what most are used to, maybe, especially with steak. I would use olive oil, but I like saving that for my meat cooking. So I will be using vegetable oil, and it's going in here. So find yourself a big pot, especially if you want to do what I'm doing. You'll want a nice sized pot. And then don't be too shy with the oil because you're going to want to fry these up kind of good. And not really fry them, but you'll see what I mean. I'm just going to go ahead and finish off that bottle because it requires a lot of oil. Now, the potatoes, go ahead and, whatever is your favorite potato. Red potatoes, big potatoes, small potatoes, don't matter. Just get your potatoes. That depends on how much you're cooking for, like how many people, how much you want to eat of it, so on and so forth. Make sure you have this guy because you're going to want to drain out some of the oil. And any kind of mixing bowl will be good to put the potatoes in after you've strained out some of the oil because you kind of want to season them. And what we're going to do for seasoning tonight is maybe some garlic salt, and I'll need the pepper. I disappeared. So some pepper and some garlic salt for the seasoning. And then we're going to go ahead and get to cutting up the potatoes. And we want the oil to go ahead and start getting hot. So we're going to put it on low so it gets going just a little bit here. Cut the board. And we're going to try and angle it just so you guys can see how we cut it. Okay.
So you gotta wash potatoes.
No. Don't forget to wash your potatoes. You don't want dirt in your potatoes. I'm going to probably do about 10 potatoes, and they all look about that big, okay? We're going to wash them first. That might be more, I don't know yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably do a few more just because I like making potatoes like this. All right. I think there's about 12 to 13 potatoes there. Probably won't get to see much of my ugly mug while I'm doing this. Don't be hiding out on me.
No.
Did you know I can also share the video from YouTube to Facebook?
No, I just don't.
I can't. I just don't know if you want to do it.
I mean, it's out there. You might want to warm the oven up.
That's all. I didn't. Well, you can see it.
But you might want to warm the oven up in case some of the potatoes get done quicker than the steaks, because they'll start cooking the steaks once you start cooking the potatoes.
All right. What do you want it on?
Keep them warm.
Just on
Just
one?
so you can keep them warm.
So just on warm is good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So here we go. Like I said, you probably want to see my face for a little bit, but that's all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start turning up the heat on the oil to. Let me show you because it's easier to show you than it is to try and type. I don't have numbers on mine. So where are we? Oh my goodness, it's so dark. I don't know if you guys can see the little dots there, but we don't want it to be too much hotter than that, simply because we don't want it to like go crazy. So yeah, and what I'm doing is I'm cutting them into slices like this. Okay, it doesn't matter if you make them thicker or thinner. It's up to you, your preference. But I will tell you, if you're looking for them to be cooked relatively quickly, then you're going to want to go ahead and make sure that they're a little bit on the thin side. And it doesn't matter because they're all going to get fried the same and they're going to be eaten. So we're not looking for picture perfect cutting here. We're just looking for get them cut. So be very careful in doing so. If you have yourself one of these, it's really good for getting the potatoes out and getting rid of some of that oil, because you don't have to put more oil in. So we're going to put those aside because we can put about 2 rounds of potatoes in at one time. Get more done than, one potato at a time. And the cool thing about these, doing it this way, is when they're done, they should float to the top. And as you can see, I have my foofy. His name is Cody. He likes to watch mommy do everything. That is including but not limited to going to the bathroom. Wherever mommy goes, he goes. It can be annoying sometimes, but he's my boy. All right, and be careful not to just drop them in because the oil is going to get hot, and the last thing you want to do is boing yourself. So be very careful getting them in there. And when you first start going, because of how the oil is going to be and everything, you're going to want to use that spatula to kind of make sure that they don't stick to the bottom, because that would not be cool. You don't want them to get stuck down there and then not do their job. Plus, it's good to stir them around here and there on occasion while you're cooking them, because you don't want, I don't want oil on my stove. You don't want, excuse me, them to get burned either. And what you can do while the first batch is going is go ahead and get more cut up and ready to switch out when it's time. It saves you a little bit of time and effort there. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things that we do cooking wise that I can't wait to share with you guys. And we're going to do like we were doing on this one, show you kind of step by step how to do it. Most things are pretty much done in one night. It's usually just the steak that we let marinate for a day or two or whatnot. In this case and scenario for this time, it was overnight. So, yeah. But the more the better on that steak. And I gotta swing over to my husband real quick because I want to show you guys how that steak looks sitting there in that bowl in the marinade before he gets started on frying it, and between switchings of the potatoes, I'll show you how the steak is as it's cooking. But that is how it looks after 24 hours in the marinade. Isn't that some sweet looking steak? And that's his griddle. That's what he's going to cook it on.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I prefer the flat griddle with the grease catcher because these are juicy steaks, and there'll be a lot of, especially with the marinade, runoff, and this lets it cook without it sitting in the marinade. Too much juice, and makes it easy. You don't have to drain the pan halfway through. Now I'm heating it up as high as it'll go at the moment. So once it gets hot enough, I'll throw the steak on and sear the one side, flip it and sear the second side, and then I'll turn it down to a lower heat and cook it to where we prefer it, whether you prefer it rare, medium, or well done, or
Like
anywhere
me.
in between. But key to locking the juices in is sear both sides, then turn it down. Do not flip it again.
Wow.
And the first ones to go on will most definitely be the honeys, because as she said, she likes it well done. On this, for expedience sake, I might just cook them all that way because I prefer them medium rare usually, but with these, they are so juicy that it doesn't really matter either way. But we got a few minutes yet to make sure that the
Stove or the griddle is hot, so let's see if we can't do it this way. There we go.
does.
There, that way they can kind of see us both here.
And it helps.
If you actually have it plugged in the outlet that works.
Yes.
So it's going to be just a little bit longer, you guys. He had it in the wrong outlet.
Well, this will heat up. I was wondering why
I'm going to wash my hands again.
it wasn't.
Yeah, no, we just moved into this house and some of the outlets don't work. So we had to use one of those adapter things that kind of go into the outlet that does work. Sucks, but what can you do about it?
Wait for it to get fixed.
Yes. So the potatoes are looking really good, and I'll show you what they look like once I get ready to put them in the strainer. We don't have napkins at the moment. So coffee filters work. You might want to use at least 2 to cover the bottom of your strainer. That helps catch some of the grease. Especially if your stove is far enough away from your sink that you have to kind of carry. I would recommend that you do that. So you don't get grease all over your floor unless you want to play slip and slide. Ooh, I like them to be a nice little brown. It's your preference. Slightly brown, but not too brown because you want them to be kind of soft.
There's another idea.
Or you can do this. See, this is why women have husbands. But don't get it twisted. They don't have brains half the time either, so that's why they have us. Just saying. These potatoes are gonna look so good. So good. I'm not a fan of grease. Well, I mean, I like movie grease. I just don't like grease. Ooh, them steaks look so good. You guys have got to try it. I'm telling you. The recipe is in the making of the steak part 1. That was done yesterday. Today we're showing you how we cook it. I swear, I wish this was like one of those things where I could be like, set up plates like they do on talk shows and everybody in the audience gets some. Sadly, we can't do that. So what should we do next? Excuse me.
I have no idea. Maybe the chicken pepper pasta.
You get on the 3rd, right? Yeah. Well, it's less than what we're expecting, but should be able to.
Yeah.
So maybe around. Wait, what day is the?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Don't promise nothing yet.
Sometime in the
The-
next few weeks, we will do chicken pepper pasta.
And that comes in on the 5th.
Oh yeah.
And that's going to be like, 'cause I think Friday is the 1st.
2nd, 3rd, 4th. So Tuesday.
That'd be a Tuesday.
Possibly.
Next Tuesday.
Don't quote me on it, but possibly next Tuesday on the 5th, we will do chicken pepper pasta. But before then, because the hubby works, I might make some crazy videos. I make some crafty videos. Don't know yet. That's the joy of staying tuned. Then you can find out. All right, looks like the first batch of potatoes are pretty much done. They're not quite a brown yet, but we've got a lot of potatoes to go. So we're gonna just
This
get this
ribeye
going.
is just already going to fall apart.
We'll see, but that's
I
awesome.
mean, yeah, it's just that going to be that tender.
All right. We're gonna play the bounce between here real quick. Oopsie. Come here, you two escapees. And make sure you get all the potatoes out, including the little tiny pieces, because the smell of boiling potatoes does not smell good. So, what's it? So, get more potatoes in there. And so then I'll show you two things real quick before the man gets those going. Okay, so first, that's what the potatoes look like done. If you want a more brown, go for it. And that's what they look like in the pot. What you want to do with your seasoning, and this is why you got to be careful with the exchange, is once you get it in here, don't put too much because you don't want to accidentally have some pieces so salty that you're like, oh my God. So get it in there nice and good. Kind of do a little shifty thingy. And then if you want to, I can get rid of the filters now that I have the pot. You can put them in your bowl and have that ready to go. So now we're going to bounce over to the hubby who's going to show you the searing. I hope you guys are ready. Ready. Woo-hoo! Listen to that. Woo-wee! It smells so good already. Yes, the cool thing is, and don't be afraid to do it if you want to, is if you have one of those paintbrush baster thingies, you can always get some of the marinade out of there and kind of paint your steak with it, just to keep the juices on there and in there. And oh my God, like.
Obviously, these steaks are so large that you can only do
3 at a
3 at a
time.
time on this griddle.
That's better than none at a time. We don't have steak very often, but when we do, we make the most of it. And there are, I think, 3 different recipes we have. That one is my honey's, and then I have 2 that I do. So one of the next times we get steak, we'll have to do that one. And The ingredients are actually pretty simple on both. They're not as many as my honey. But I can tell you, this is really worth it. You're going to go for a steak recipe. You're going to want to go for his. Just cutting up some more potatoes. Now we got the searing going on over there. If any of you guys do try it, well, we hope that you will leave us your thoughts and ideas in the comments.
All right. I just flipped those.
Okay, look. That's what they look like flipped. Wow.
Yeah.
So like you said, it's just a quick searing before we let them slow cook the rest of the way.
Yep.
Mm.
Turn it down after
Yum.
that.
I love
I love you.
you.
Took you that long to know this?
My nose was plugged.
Yeah.
Now it's clear.
And you put on perfume before you went to the cardio? I did that. Oh, which reminds me, I called tomorrow and tell them that didn't fix it. They just need to unhook the dinger.
Do you gotta go potty? Can I ask Daddy a day when that Daddy let you out? Not you.
No.
It's the return of the attack of the kitty. He's a very curious little dude.
Yeah, but your legs aren't bare today, so he's not attaching them.
No. We love our fur babies. Oh, he's so cute. His name is Socks. Say hi, Socks. Say hi. Ooh. And that's the Queen Frosted Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, here she goes.
He taught her that from the time she was a kitten to sit on his shoulder. So now she thinks that she is a shoulder cat, even though she is big. She tries that with me, but as you can see, I'm very scrawny, so I don't got much shoulder for her to sit on.
Yeah.
So I have to do this so that she can sit there.
What you do?
It sucks, but I love my kitties. They are a part of my family, even if they do drive me crazy. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, you're going to get pet food, pet hair on everything. As somebody who owns 3 dogs and 2 cats, I can honestly tell you, it don't matter how much you clean your house. It don't matter how much you try to keep your pets out of the kitchen. Pet hair ends up everywhere anyway. Just try to make sure you at least check your food before you eat it, or you will be eating hairy food. That's about all I can tell you. So far, we've done good. There have been some occasions where it's been a darn it, but not bad. So, all right, that's the second batch of potatoes is done. So I'm getting ready to put the third batch in. And now that the oil is really hot, more so you want to be careful. What I've learned to do is grab handfuls and put them close to the side of the pot and let them slide in. And then I use the spatula to stir them around and separate them. It's more for precautionary, don't want to get boinged things. So, yeah. I don't think we have anything for vegetables.
Huh?
I don't think we have anything for
Yeah,
vegetables.
I got green beans.
Ooh, and we're gonna have green beans. Everybody likes green beans, I think. Maybe not. Your choice of vegetables. No. Asparagus, green beans, peas, carrots, cauliflower, broccoli, doesn't matter. Whatever tickles your fancy when it comes to your vegetables, that's up to you. So, now that I got 2 batches done, there they go. Almost lost one. I was trying to play hooky. So, you season each batch, mix it up really good, and then get it set in its bowl so that it can sit. You can also plop it in the microwave if you wish, so that it stays warm while you're waiting for the rest. You don't want it to get too cold. Oh, they smell so good.
Mm-hmm.
Nummy, nummy, num, 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 num. I'm definitely going to have a lot of the steak and a lot of the potatoes. My mouth is watering. Yours will be too when you cook yours. I can guarantee you that. It'll be one of those whole. Excuse me.
Well, I will make sure that these are well done so that you can lay in your weirdness. Yeah. The others, they may get there, they may not. I don't care. And I'll eat them anyway.
Mine tastes better. He just won't admit it. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah. They
Mine?
do not taste better.
Yes, they do. Yours.
Unless they're marinated like this and stay juicy, they're just dry and dry.
And how many times have I shown you that making a well done steak, even the way I do it well done, can still be juicy? It's all in how you season it and how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't served you dry steak yet. So, haha.
That's your story.
You know it's the truth. You just don't want to admit it.
Sure.
Because you like your opinion that medium rare is better.
Yeah.
I
What
do
your
that.
flavor is, baby. Yeah.
One of the things I can't wait to show you guys, and it's so when it comes to my man's birthday, I'm not one of those go out to eat. I wish we could, but unfortunately, we don't have that kind of money flowing around that we get to do that. So what I did for my baby was I got meatloaf, and most people, they just, if they're going to do bacon wrap, they just wrap the meatloaf in bacon. However, I decided to take it a step or two further. What I did was I put down my first layer of bacon and half of what I was using for the meatloaf. And on top of that, I got slices of cheese, and I made sure they were pretty thick because the meatloaf itself was going to be thick. And I wrapped the cheese in bacon. Then I stuck that in the middle on top of the first layer of the meatloaf, and then I closed it off with the rest of the hamburger, and then wrapped that top part in bacon. So it was like bacon inside, bacon outside, cheese inside. It was just glorious. With that, I had made green bean casserole. I made deviled eggs. I made mashed potatoes. I made potato salad, homemade biscuits, and homemade peach pie crust and all. So one of these days, I'm not going to go that far because his birthday was in September, so he has to wait till next year. But one of these days, I might go ahead and make him his peach pie again using fresh peaches. I can also do it with canned peaches, and the way I do it with the canned peaches, it almost makes it taste like real peaches. It's all in how you do it. But I will show you guys beginning to end how to do the peach pie. Of course, that'll probably require a lot of pausing. I don't know if you're able to actually pause while, doing whatever. Or I'll just find something to do while we wait because the dough does have to set. But I will show you guys one of these days how to do peach pie crust and all. And I will show you how to do the cheesy bacon wrapped meatloaf. So, and with Thanksgiving coming up, you'll probably have a chance to see the peach pie then. Because I might wait till then because I make the pies. I will probably also make pumpkin pies. But when I do that, I'm probably going to do what I did last year for Thanksgiving, which was not only did I make regular size pies, but I used a cupcake sheet and I made little mini pies. So you'll get to see that whole experience as well as possibly my turkey making, which is really good, really juicy. I haven't had a dry turkey yet. I know some people do. The juices disappear. Mine don't. But not saying everybody's does. I'm pretty sure y'all's turkey tastes great, but I want to show you a really good recipe that keeps it super, super, super juicy. And then the secrets, like keeping it cooking overnight on a low temperature and making sure before you go to bed it is fully basted. And then when you wake up in the morning, you crank up that heat and let it go until it literally falls off the bone. Most people wait until the little thingy pops. If it has a popper thingy, I don't. Even after the thingy's popped, I'm still letting it cook because I want to be able to touch it with the fork and it just goes whoop. That's some good turkey right there. So ask him, he'll tell you.
Well, yes, it's delicious. But save all that information for your video.
Well, excuse me, it's called a heads up. Cut some more potatoes and get those ready. We're Glee fans. Are you guys Glee fans? I mean, I know it's over, but thanks to Netflix, we get to rewatch it. I think that's what we're going to watch while we eat dinner. I don't know. Cool. And don't hesitate. If you guys have any questions about the process that we're doing here, feel free to drop them in the comments. Let us know. Feedback is always a good thing. Haters, that includes you. I know there's some of y'all out there. Mad love for you too. All right. Ooh. Third batch of potatoes is done. Alright. Putting the fourth batch in. Alright. Now going. Season up this batch. Using it. Alright. Ooh. Damn potatoes, baby.
All right.
Don't they look good?
Yes. Still a few away from this being done because you're damn well done. Takes so long.
You know what? Quit picking on me, boy. I'll kick your little patootie. Uh-huh. Don't think I will? I will.
Uh,
See? Kick your patootie.
yes.
Told you I would. And cutting up what will be round 5 and last round of potatoes. I'm making sure that there is plenty. Because these are some good potatoes.
Yes, they are.
Paired with juicy, delicious steak. Ah. Last tater. All right. We'll go this way. Now go ahead and wash this knife for you. Or are you just going to hand out mixed steak knives and let everybody cut their own?
Probably.
Alright. Well, it's washed anyway.
Just wait until the juice is run clear. Coming out the top, so I know it's all the way done. Because if it still looks bloody coming out the top, it's not done.
It
Well, not
smells
done, not
good.
done for you.
It smells good.
Yes, but it is not quite done yet. You know, good. Like, flip it and get it done quicker, but that'll make it less juicy, so I don't want to do that.
We don't want less juicy.
No, we do not.
We want more juices. More juices. More juices. More juices. More juices. Ignore me. I'm an oddball. You'll figure that out through many videos. I got Desarius.
No, really, it won't take you that long.
Wow, just burst my bubble. But I got the Surus side, then I got the wacky side, and then I got in between. Just makes me more exciting. Right now it's a little bit cold. Yesterday was nice and sunny with a slight breeze. And in case you're curious, this is Montana. Little town. Went to bed. Woke up this morning. There's freaking snow. Cold. It's not supposed to be cold like this yet. But it is Montana. And that's what happens in Montana. It gets cold and snowy. Not cool.
No. Very cool.
To you. But that is falling apart, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That's good, though. Nom, 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 nom.
Maybe this one's not done. I might take this one over. Anyhow, it's still looks like it's kind of true.
That means it still moves.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how that one looks pretty clear. So where's that at? On the fork. We'll cut it bit. Let's see. Oh. You ain't messing around, you got the big knife.
Oh, I don't play. I mean, I do play with knives. Recommendation, don't ever play with knives. You could cut yourself. But if I'm going to fool around with knives, I don't play. I use the big boys.
Ooh, yep. This one is done.
It is done, or it is almost done.
So
Oh,
we're gonna throw it on a plate and get it in the oven to stay warm.
just got to remember the bottom one's mine.
Well, all three of these first ones are going to be well done. Oh, can't throw those on
See
there.
that? Mmm. Don't that look good? Good. Don't that look good? If I can talk. And yes, we're putting it in the oven, and the oven is on warm so that the food stays, like I said before, with putting the potatoes in the microwave, it stays nice and somewhat hot. You don't want it cold, especially when you're cooking like this. And he still has to do the green beans.
Well, that's just 5 minutes in the microwave.
Oh,
For
they're
pancakes.
microwavable ones?
Yeah, in the
Ooh.
pouch.
That makes it easier. So batch 4 on the potatoes is almost done. And we'll be ready to put the last batch in and get that all ready to go. And then at that point, I'll go ahead and put the potatoes in the oven with, I'll just go and do that now because I got to do the green beans. For those of you that just started watching, get the potatoes, fried in oil, strained out so the grease is gone, and seasoned with garlic, salt, and pepper, but you can season them however you wish. Because it is up to you. And I'll go ahead and wait to do the green beans until.
All right, baby, where's that plate? Oh, this one's done.
I'm gonna need a patty holder now.
This one is a tiny bit longer.
All right, that's 2 steaks. All right. Right. Well, once the man gets ready to start doing his, the other 3 steaks, medium rare style, I'll go ahead and get the green beans going. And as a quick reminder, don't forget, it's sear both sides, then you flip it back to the side you started with, and
No.
no, you don't
No,
have
you
to.
just sear it, flip it over, let it sear, and then turn it down, and just leave it on that second side.
Oh, there you have it.
That actually was done enough.
Done enough
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
For even you.
for even me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then I gotta
All right.
turn this back up.
Look at that! Look at that! Look! 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 Doesn't that look so good?
Or put the others on there.
All right, now it is time for me to do cranberries and these ones. Oh yeah, steamable microwave steaming bag or something.
Yeah. Put them in, just put them in like that for 5 minutes. So it's done.
Your sweet will need some time,
It will.
so I'll wait.
Okay.
All right, what you looking for, Ben? Spatula.
I'm just gonna
Scrape away some of the leftover stuff.
yeah.
The process here.
Do this one. Spot.
Yes.
It comes off easier.
You get to wash that.
Which is why another reason I want to make it as easy as possible.
So when I don't say nothing about you washing it, you'll leave it so that it's difficult for me to clean. But if you have to wash it, you'll make it easier.
No.
Yes.
No.
And I'm Houdini reincarnated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you're much prettier this time.
Aw. What you looking for now?
Just something to set this crap on. I don't want to put it directly in the garbage. Well, it's hot. So
Well, yeah, I was watching my fingers. Alright, all the extra ingredients that did not have the joy of soaking in. I'll put that right there for you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
There.
In total, I think from the start of cooking to finish cooking is about 50 minutes, 55 minutes. I would rather just say an hour because not everybody goes as slow, not everybody moves as fast, but roughly about an hour start to finish cook-wise, and then you're ready to sit down and eat. So that makes that good.
Okay. And from yesterday, that is all the little bit of marinade that's left that didn't soak into the steak and make it onto the grill.
And you
Not a
guys,
lot of it after how much we made.
well, yeah, and you guys, those of you who watch or who do go back and watch, you see how much seasoning went in there. And wow, that is all that is left. That's not a lot. Which is why we tell you, the longer you let it soak and the longer you let it marinate, the better. If you let it soak the full 3 days, you should have like hardly any seasoning or marinade left in the bottom of the bowl. For us, it just went a little bit. There was a little bit more because we didn't do it for the full 48 hours. Ah, God, my time is off. 72 hours. Jeez. Which is the maximum. Are you going to want a separate plate for those?
No.
Or you're just going to put them on your plate?
Well,
I got to grab
I'm
the
the one
medium
half
ready.
of them. I mean, I'm not.
Well, there's for you. There's, or I have a small plate. There's for Lay, and I'll use that one. We're done with the cutting board, so I can run the sink.
Mm.
It just smells so glorious. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's really all you need to know. The rest is cook it till they're done to your preference.
Well, you heard the man. That's about it. The last batch of potatoes is going. The green beans are going to be done in about, well, once I start them, it'll only take 5 minutes. You can do them stovetop style, or in our case, the microwavable bags that you just pop in 5 minutes and done. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments and we'll be happy to answer you. As I say at the end of every video, be kind to yourself because that's the most important thing you can do, and be kind to others. Until next time, love from the Hoyt family.